Yo, what's up everyone? Titanium Taco here. Today going to review sets 70685, 70686, and 70687. Spinjitzu vs. Cole, Kai, and Lloyd. Each set contains a whopping total of 48 pieces and one minifigure each. And each one retails for $9.99. Now, to kick things off, we're going to look at the Cole figure first, and I gotta say, the Cole figure out of the three Spinjitzu Burst variants is probably the best figure out of the three. Unfortunately, none of these figures come with any weapons, but nonetheless, I like how Cole is shirtless and all the energy going through his body. It's really great, and each figure also has another variant, like you could remove the hood and put a hat instead. So, great figure. Printing on the face is great, printing on the torso is great, and it uses the Legacy 2 legs. I wish they would have come up with new legs for these figures, but the Legacy 2 legs work for these figures. Next up, looking at Kai, he's probably the second best out of the three. I really like the design on Kai, the torso overall, front and back. Face print is also really nice. He uses the same leg, the Legacy 2 legs, and also has the hood and hat that you could swap out. Really great figure. Second best to Cole's the best, Kai's the second best, and the next figure is probably the worst one. No, don't get me wrong, the Lloyd figure is also really nice. It's the weakest one out of the bunch. Once again, he does use the Legacy 2 legs, and the printing on this figure is also really nice, but the face print on this figure is a bit lacking. He's only got like one line of energy bursting out of his eyebrow, so it's not the best. And instead of having a green hat, he's got a silver hat, which to me just doesn't feel right. Like Cole has a black hat to go with his like literally black minifigure. Kai has a red hat to go with his red minifigure, but Lloyd has a gray hat for whatever reason to go with his green minifigure. I don't know. I wish they would have made a new color, but it's not the end of the world. Just in my opinion, Lloyd is the weakest out of the three. Now looking at the actual Spinjitzu Burst sets, I gotta say, they're pretty decent for what they are. All of them are pretty much the same build, which also explains as to why they all have the same amount of parts in it. The only small difference is the transparent pieces on each of the little launchers, which just signifies what ninja it's for. Green for Lloyd, white apparently for Cole, not orange, which doesn't make too much sense, and then red for Kai. There's not a whole lot that's special about them. Honestly, you could skip out on all of them or just buy one and potentially grab the spinners from Bricks and Pieces or just from Bricklink. You don't necessarily need all of them. Buy one, pretty much have all of them. For this set, I really wish that each launcher was more specialized for every ninja, like previous Spinjitzu sets, where the launcher would be probably their color instead of this generic one. It does fit with the scheme of the whole wave, but I would have preferred something to be unique to every ninja in a sense. The actual spinners themselves are pretty nice. The only one I'm not the biggest fan of is Lloyd's, being green, translucent green, and silver. It works a little bit, and I understand as to why they went for silver, because Lloyd's minifigure, the hero suit, does have silver in it, but I would have preferred maybe they didn't go for Lloyd and maybe a different ninja that would have worked better. But overall, these spinners are alright. The design is pretty interesting, uses 4 parts, and it's got a rubber band, which is probably the weakest part of these entire sets, is that they use this blue rubber band, which just doesn't look the best. Half the time the spinners will work and half the time they won't. They'll work pretty fine, but you really gotta smack the heck out of these spinners. Like, you gotta smash, your hand against the little lever and then like pops up. Sometimes the figure will stay on, sometimes the figure will fly off. It's honestly really hard to like get it right, so it's definitely going to be a lot of trial and error, and that's probably one of the another downsides with these sets, is that they don't work the best and they don't work how they're supposed to 100% of the time. But overall, that is just our $10 sets. There's not a whole much to them. They're spinners. They're great for what they are, just little collectibles that you could play around with, and they do their job all right. So they're not the best things out there, but they're spinners. Obviously, we gotta have some sort of Spinjitzu every season or whatever. But with that said, hope you all enjoyed. That's all I pretty much have to say about these sets, and I'll see you all in the next one. Taco out.